Hi, everyone. My name is Louis. Sending some positive vibes your way. I just wanted to kind of just talk about a little bit about how I'm feeling about what's going on, and wanted to hear from you too as well, and about how you're feeling. For those of you that don't know, I came to the U.S. at age 11 back in 1991. I lived in Dominican Republic, born and raised there. Came to Washington Heights in New York City, and that was right around the time of the Rodney King beatings. So I was really introduced within a short amount of time from coming here to police brutality, not personally, thankfully, but immediately to the situation of America, basically. And I've seen from Rodney King to Sean Bell, who was killed, I believe he was in his early 20s. He was killed the night before his wedding during his bachelor party. Abner Louima, Amadou Diallo was shot 41 times, 19 of them hit, and he was just reaching for his wallet. And obviously, the more recent ones like Eric Gardner, Philando Castile, Michael Brown. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And most recently, George Floyd. And this is something that when I look back, I mean, I've been here for almost 30 years. And the circumstances are slightly different. The names of the individuals involved are slightly different, but the outcome has been the same. A lot of Black men being killed by police, and eh, you know, we see it over and over again. And I can share the frustration with everyone that is upset about this. Obviously, I don't condone any violent protests the way that they have turned about with the rioting and the looting. I feel like that is not the way to go. However, I don't feel like that represents most of the people who care about this. I feel like maybe a few bad actors have hijacked the movement to some extent and taken it out of context, because this does not represent um, most of the people that are peaceful and want to bring about change. And one way to do that, obviously, is to vote, not only at the president level, but also local level. And also with your dollars. You can vote with your dollars. If you unite and you stop spending money at a certain organization that you don't feel that is supporting the minority community, they're going to feel it in the pocket. So you can speak volumes with your dollars and bring about change as well. So that's another way of organizing. I've dealt with a lot of racism in my life myself, being Dominican and growing up in the Heights. During stop and frisk, for example, I have definitely been just flipped over and told to lean against the wall for no reason at all. Right? You always fit the description. That's the common thing that I've been told several times, that there was a call or something happened and I just happened to fit the description. Right? I always fit the description for some reason. So thankfully, I've never been beaten or anything like that. But just the constant harassment. To this day, I honestly don't feel comfortable leaving my house without any form of ID. Like sometimes, my wife and I will be like, "Hey, let's go for a walk real quick." Like it's like ingrained in me. I can't leave the house without ID, because growing up in the city, I remember if you don't have your ID, you would just kind of be taken in, right? So I was like to a point where I memorized my driver's license number, and I still do know my New York driver's license ID, even though I no longer live there, because I just had to know it to be able to show that who I was, right, and have a way for them to look me up in the system. Um, and let me tell you, that those things have stayed with me. I recently purchased a like a little visor insert that goes in my car, so that when I'm driving, my driver's license, registration, and insurance card are already there with visible in case I need to reach for them. I am petrified of being pulled over, and I don't want to be in a situation where I have to reach into a glove compartment or in my pocket to reach for anything. Now, that being said, I must tell you that I know cops individually, friends of mine, family members of mine, clients of mine, and some people have taken this thing out of context, right? Where it's like an us versus them thing. There's a lot of well-meaning cops out there that really care about the community and want to help, and are not the kinds that have um, done this brutality to us. And I would say that is the large majority, right? So when people take to the streets to break things, burn things, in reality, if you think about it, you only hurting your own community. And I speak from experience. I've lived through it myself. When I came here in '91 and they had the riots because of Rodney King, I lived through those, and also there was a killing of a guy in the Heights not too long after Rodney King that also turned Washington Heights into a blaze. Cars were being flipped, turned on fire, stores were being looted. All you do is you're hurting your own community members that are shop owners and all that. And also, frankly, you might even put yourself in a situation where you might yourself might end up being on that list of people who have been killed. So really, that all that stuff that's going on in Citizens, there's a lot of ways that we can protest without taking it to that extreme level. And like I said, vote when the time comes, and also vote with your dollars. That's a great way of doing it. And obviously, I don't have all the answers, but I just wanted to share how I've been feeling. Um, when you look at the list of names over almost 30 years for me, it's been just way too many. And like it just seems like nothing ever changes, right? So there is definitely a lot of reason to feel enraged. But I do feel like we can go about it a better way. And so don't take this out. Don't put people in boxes just like you don't want to be put in boxes yourself, right? Because we've been put in boxes ourselves. So this is not a black versus white thing. It shouldn't be made that way. It shouldn't be a us versus the cops, things of that sort. Hope that and pray as well that these violent riots end soon, peacefully, because it's just not helping anybody, right? And I think it's taken away from the focus of what really needs to change. Don't give other people reasons to further enact any type of brutality or injustices against us, right? So those are my 2 cents. Just wanted to just drop a note, say how I was feeling. I'm not trying to debate anybody about certain things. So, like, if you put a negative comment, I'm not even going to address it. If I could delete it, I might even do that as well. So, I hope that whoever listens to this engages with me, tell me how you're feeling, ideas that you have of how we can make things better. I love to brainstorm. Honestly, this has been hard lately. It's kind of even hard to just focus on anything else. It just doesn't seem like that many things matter, right? A lot of things just seem irrelevant at this point because the focus is on this. This is really important. So I want to unite with my fellow minorities, and also non-minorities who are allies, who people need to recognize that we need. So if you are not directly impacted by this, you can still help. So I hope that you reach out as well to other people and be like, hey, what can I do? And we don't have all the answers, but we need your support. The people that are protesting cannot always be those that are directly impacted. We need allies. Absolutely, without a doubt. We need more opportunities. We need people that are in a better position to amplify our voices. So definitely help us out as well. So I hope everybody is well. And yeah, I look forward to engaging with some of you. So stay well, and thank you for tuning in.